Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Chris here. Today I have an exciting story to share with you all. A while ago I stumbled upon a brand new, unused phone, and guess what? It came with a trial version of the legendary Metal Gear Solid mobile game made for BREW. But that's not all. It turns out this phone even had the original SIM card to access the game. This might not be the news for those who are watching the channel, as I had shared a short video in February 2021 about this find. In this video, I will take you through the backstory and the process of retrieving the backup of this rare gem and making use of it. So let's itadakimasu. The phone was exclusively released in Japan, and so acquiring it in Ukraine would be quite a hassle. Additionally to being on the other end of the planet, Japan was locked down in 2020 for outgoing parcels due to COVID pandemic. To overcome these obstacles, I sought the assistance of an intermediary from this site. I highly recommend their services for anyone facing similar difficulties. Typically, the old phones from Japanese auctions are reset and do not come with a SIM, or how they name it, IC card, which makes it impossible to review any content on them. I already knew about this problem from my early experience with the Japanese KDDI phones, so I was looking to purchase both a new and a used phone, and one of these needed to come with the card. So on New Year of 2021, when several of the Sony Ericsson W53s mobile phones popped up in the Japanese Yahoo auctions listing, I immediately knew what to do. The first phone was clearly listed as being without SIM card. Upon purchase and receipt, my Japanese intermediary has confirmed that the access of the Easy Apps menu was locked. Moreover, upon checking the phone's free space information in the menu, it appeared that the phone had all the content removed after the phone was reset by the seller. However, luck was on my side the second time around, and the other listing was for an unused phone with all of its accessories intact. Even the original SIM of the starter package, which was sold alongside, was there. I didn't film the unboxing back in 2021. However, the phone was in pristine condition, and the real treasure of the bundle was the included original SIM card, and the fact that the phone had not been reset by the previous owner. Before we could proceed, we needed to check the phone's storage to see if the game was still there. And there it was. The icon was present, but the real challenge was still up ahead. But first, a little word about the game series. Metal Gear Solid is a highly popular video game series designed by Hideo Kojima, developed and published by Konami. It is known for its stealth-based gameplay and intricate storytelling. The series has gained a massive following since its inception in 1927 and has become one of the most influential franchises in the gaming industry. Metal Gear Solid Mobile was announced in 2007 during the series' 20th anniversary party event and released in Japan in January 2008 on our by KDDI phones. This allowed even more players to enjoy the game at the palm of their hands and on the move. The release in Japan on our by KDDI phones further expanded the reach of Metal Gear Solid Mobile and solidified its position as a must-play title for fans of the series. The mobile port was handled by Ideaworks 3D Game Studio and powered by their own cross-platform 3D engine, AirPlay SDK. A trial version of the game got shipped with the W53s phone made by Sony Ericsson. In the United States, Metal Gear Solid Mobile was made available through Verizon Carrier in March 2008. This marked the game's official entry into the US market, giving American players the opportunity to immerse themselves in the world of Metal Gear Solid on their Verizon mobile phones. The Verizon version of the game was scored an 8 out of 10 by IGN reviewers. However, from consumers' perspective, the mobile version didn't get significant attention, as most of the game released on Verizon. Following its success in Japan and the US, Konami released Metal Gear Solid Mobile for the Nokia Engage platform in December 2008. This version of the game brought the iconic stealth action to a broader audience. It featured impressive graphics and gameplay mechanics that were optimized for the Engage platform. This is the mobile version which most of the viewers should be familiar with and which was for a long time the only version preserved. The release of Metal Gear Solid Mobile for various platforms and carriers allowed a wider audience to experience the thrill and excitement of the game on their mobile devices. It showcased the adaptability and popularity of the franchise and promoted IdeaWorks 3D's game engine AirPlay SDK, which was used to create a cross-platform experience. The game engine later saw a commercial release and was named Marmalade SDK. To ensure we don't lose this precious game, we need to create a backup. This was another brick wall. We cannot access the diagnostic port on our phones as this feature was locked and was available only to BREW developers, which had to call KDDI or even send their phones to Qualcomm in the US to have their phones unlocked. The development program was shut down in 2013, so for at least 10 years ago no one could access this data which was sitting there locked. We had to access the phone's embedded memory via GTAG port. As I am dealing with these types of phones for a long time, I do have some idea how to access the data, but even for me it was difficult. We had to sacrifice one phone to obtain the pinout of the GTAG port, which was planned at the stage of purchase. Then we had to ask the GTAG software support team, I am using Reef GTAG, to add support for this specific configuration of system on the chip, RAM and NAND. I was lucky that the developer was kind enough to add such support for this obsolete and rare platform. With that, I have managed to back up the NAND image of the phone 2 years ago, in July of 2021. Now once we had the backup, we needed to extract the files from it. Here came another challenge. Sony Ericsson decided not to use the file system Qualcomm provided for their basebands and for which enough extraction solutions have been developed over the years. Instead, they went their own way. Earlier in 2004, Kyoto Research Institute in Japan developed and made available for businesses an NAND-optimized solution based on FAT12, FAT16 file systems. It was called FugueFAT. Although using a standard FAT as a basis, it had enough differences that standard tools didn't work with the image of this file system. It took 2 years to gather bits and pieces of the information about this file system, including reaching to the developers of the Citizen Calculator's homebrew scene to get progress. Finally, username AK managed to comprehend the relocation table which FugueFAT used to liberate the wear of NAND and made a proof of concept rebuilder. Once the image was correctly rebuilt, it could be extracted with your usual FAT extraction program, RStudio, Photorec, you name it. Finally, the backup is now on our computer and it is in a usable state. To relieve the nostalgia and play the game, we'll need to emulate it. We can run it on a jailbroken Verizon CDMA feature phone, but the most interesting would be to be able to run it on modern phones. Just for this game, username AK, the developer of Melange, the Android BREW robber, fixed a couple of bugs which made running the game and effectively all this video possible. As you can see, it runs smoothly at 60 FPS, there are no glitches, and you can control it via the on-screen keyboard Melange provides, using your phone's hardware keyboard if you have such, or with the Bluetooth controller. Sound is not implemented in Melange yet, and there was no music in Metal Gear Solid Mobile anyway. It is incredible how this trial version still holds up after all these years. I am so glad I found this phone and was able to retrieve the backup. And that's a wrap, folks. We've successfully retrieved the backup of the trial version of Melange Solid Mobile for BREW. It's amazing what treasures we can find in unexpected places, but this is still not over yet. We're yet to find and retrieve the full KDDI's version of Melange Solid Mobile, as well as the Verizon's version. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with the more exciting content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.